My name is Danielle Beaujon, and I am an assistant professor at the University of Illinois, Chicago, with a joint appointment in history and criminology, law, and justice. And more broadly, I'm a historian whose research focuses on questions of race, power, and policing in the French Empire. And I focus in particular on the history of colonization in French Algeria. So at Iméra, I'm the holder of the joint Sciences Po Aix Iméra Albert Hirschman Chair, which examines les passions identitaires entre Europe et Méditerranée. And my project fits within this theme because I'm looking at the connections between Marseille and Algiers and framing them as existing within one connected Franco-Mediterranean space. I'm working on a manuscript project entitled Criminalizing the Casbahs, Policing North Africans in Marseille and Algiers, 1918 to 1954. And the book looks at the policing of North Africans in these two cities, both ports that were claimed by France but separated by the Mediterranean in this time period. And in both Marseille and Algiers, police officers were obsessed with the dangers that they believed existed in what they called the Casbahs. In Algiers, the Casbah, of course, referred to the iconic neighborhood of that name, which was the sort of old city of Algiers and where most Algerian residents of the city live. But they also used the same word of Casbah to describe the North African neighborhoods in Marseille, which was centered between the Gare Saint-Charles and the Vieux-Port. And in both of these spaces, police officers associated a particular form of criminality that they called particularly North African with these spaces. And in demarcating and racializing space in this way, police officers were able to use particular techniques of surveillance and control over these subjects living in the French Mediterranean. My work tries to shift our frame of analysis for colonial studies by putting empire and metropole in the same analytical framework, this connected Franco-Mediterranean world. And as I started the research, I realized that the police were often the most constant presence in the lives, the most obvious representative of the state in the lives of North African colonial subjects. And so this led me to ask, what did policing look like on a daily level in colonial Algeria? What behaviors or social patterns were criminalized by the colonial police? And those questions are what led me to this current book project. So Iméra is really the perfect place for me to be working on this project, which is really focused on Marseille as well as on Algiers. So on one hand, I have the opportunity to be in close contact with the most important archives for my work, the Archives nationales d'Outre-mer in Aix and the Archives départementales de Bouches-du-Rhône here in Marseille. And a residency at Iméra will also give me the opportunity to collaborate with local researchers at Aix-Sciences Po and also the University d'Aix-Marseille, including research groups like Mesopolis, Telem, and the Maison Méditerranée des Sciences de l'Homme. And all of these research groups work on questions of imperialism and migration that will help push my work in exciting new directions.